my name's Joanne. I'm here from Greenie's Kitchen and Juice Bar, and I'm cooking for Independent Health today. Today we're going to make some healthy mini turkey meatloaves, which are great for family and kids, with some healthier version mashed potatoes. Alright, so the ingredients for this recipe are really easy. Few simple things. For the turkey meatloaf, we're going to have 1 pound of lean ground turkey, a little bit of chopped up onion and green pepper, kids will never know, 1 egg, some whole wheat breadcrumbs, and for the mashed potatoes, we're going to boil them in chicken broth this time, eliminating the cream and butter, and whip it with a tiny little bit of a healthier version, olive oil, butter, and some salt and pepper. Really easy, great, and healthy. So just peeling the potatoes now. I do like to use the peeler that's this shape. It goes a lot faster and easier. And also, some people cut the potatoes in half. I'll cut mine in quarters or eighths if I need to hurry up and get dinner done quick. So I'll show you that in a second. Close up here on that. Okay, so when I make my meatloaf, I usually whisk the egg in the bowl first. It's much easier to blend everything together. Then, because we're using some really lean ground turkey, I don't want it to stick. Olive oil is a really healthy option. I just put a splash in. It's maybe a tablespoon for all 6 of the meatloaves. It'll add a nice little heart-healthy fat in there instead of saturated fat. Now I'm going to add my 1 pound of ground turkey. There we go. I'm going to wash my hands, take a break. Next up is the veggies and breadcrumbs. So now is what I'm going to throw in for a little flavor and vitamins, some minced onion and green pepper. If you have kids and they're going to pick out the green pepper, you can also use orange, red, or yellow pepper. It blends in more to the meatloaf and they won't notice. My family really likes green. So I just start. Usually just about a 1/4 cup, but you don't have to measure. You can just get 1 small green pepper, use half of it. There we go. And then you can use a half of an onion, half of a large onion, or 1 small onion. The finer you cut up that onion, no one's going to notice it's in there, and it really does add some great flavor. Okay, there's my rough chop. In the end, I'm going to want it to look like this, nice and small. I'm going to run my knife through here a little bit, so all that flavor and vitamins gets into the meatloaf. Put that in the meatloaf. And to hold it together, I have some whole wheat panko breadcrumbs. You can use any kind of breadcrumbs you have in the house. I happen to have the whole wheat panko here. Okay. Then the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon salt, ½ teaspoon pepper. You can measure if you want, or you can just do, I take a couple little twists of a grinder for some flavor. That probably was not even 1 teaspoon at all, but it's more than enough. I got some pepper here. This is the fun part. If you have kids at home, they can get involved in this. This is kind of like the insides of a pumpkin. All right, meatloaf's all ready. Time to get it in our muffin tins. It should make about 6. If you have a cooking spray, you definitely can just spray the pan nice and easy. I'm out of it right now. I have some grapeseed oil or olive oil. Not going to use a lot. Just to wet a paper towel a little bit so it doesn't stick. Smear them around. We're going to portion these out into 6 little mini loaves. 1, 2. We're just going to put a little smear of ketchup on each one. This is about a teaspoon of ketchup on top of each one. When it cooks in the oven, it'll kind of caramelize and put a nice little glaze on there. There we go, nice and easy. I've preheated my oven to 350. It's all set. Gonna pop these in for 25 minutes and they will be done. potatoes were boiling in the chicken broth. They're all done. I'm gonna strain them out. Like I said, the boiling them in chicken broth instead of water gave them a little flavor and some creaminess actually without having to use butter or cream. I'm gonna just put it in the same pot here with, I like to warm up the milk in the warm pot. I have some fat-free milk. I'm gonna use just about a 1/4 cup. You don't have to measure, just kind of enough to whip them up. Then I have some olive oil butter, healthier version of butter. And I'm going to use 2 tablespoons for that. Put my potatoes in the pot. Tiny little twist of salt, not even a 1/4 teaspoon at all. That's for everybody. And I'm gonna keep the pepper out for now. All right, so I have our potatoes, a tiny little splash of milk, and the olive oil butter in the pot, little twist of sea salt, and now we're gonna whip them. I stop midway, scrape the sides a little bit so I don't get those mashed potato lumps. And we're looking good. I might just add a very tiny bit of chicken broth for the texture. If I had to guess, it would be like a tablespoon and a half, maybe. Okay, here we go. All right, these are looking delicious. Perfect texture. And we only use chicken broth, 1/4 cup of fat-free milk, and 2 tablespoons of that really healthy olive oil butter. Perfect. All right, timer went off. Meatloaves are ready. Let's see how they're looking. Oh, good. The ketchup kind of did what I said, candied up a little bit. And now it's ready to serve. Easiest thing to do is to just run a little butter knife around each one. And then very easy, they should pop out. There we go. 1 little meatloaf there. Scoop of our mashed potatoes that we made in chicken broth. And we have a very simple and healthy dinner.